Hello. How are we all doing today? Oh, I've got an echo. Why have I got an echo? I shouldn't have an echo. Kill that. So, how are we all doing today? Is everyone well? Yeah, let's get through this. Let's talk about things because we got a lot of things that need to get talked about and said about yesterday and where we might be come the end of the season. Let me know if there's no echo on. Nice to know if there isn't. I can't hear it now, which is good. Full echo. I'll have to fix that. 1 2 1 2. Yep, that's fine. So yeah. 4 people in. 2 like, can we get that up, please? I know there were a lot of people in beforehand who were like, "Are you gonna start?" Yeah, I do like a mini opening to this all time, but let's just get into it, shall we? Yesterday, I did the review and I did my second half piece, and I was angry and frustrated. You know what? I still am. Hey up, Harpo, how are you, mate? I'm not too bad, thank you. Hi, Louise. Opinions on game yesterday? Yep. Till I die, lose to Dingles in the playoff. It's looking playoff likely now, and I don't feel confident us all doing well in them. But we'll just start with what happened yesterday, really. Had lots of chances and don't take them. I never thought we would become a team that heavily relied on 2 players. Like, legitimately, 2 players. Heavily relied on 2 players to, like, get us going. And it's interesting. I never thought we'd be that team who's like, if we don't have this player in, we'll play badly. I always thought we were going to be that team that could actually do well and beat Muck in together. Yesterday was probably the first time where we've seen it a little bit overblown on the pitch a little bit with Palmer and Bannon. Those 2 getting frustrated. I think their frustration is just in that they want this and they can't see what's going on. They can't see what's going. Title had gone second best case scenario, but unlikely. Yeah, title, that feels about right now. I think the only thing we've got is that Ipswich and Barnsley play each other, and it all depends on what happens with Exeter and Plymouth. You look at the top 2 runs, though, it looked better. But yesterday, from the moment they got that penalty, the head dropped. There wasn't that attacking thing. And I understand why Darren Moore took Wilkes off. He's not been properly fit. He's only coming back. The last thing you want him to do is run to 85th minute and then pull up because he's still not ready. He'd probably come in a little bit earlier than he needed to, but we're not blessed with people in that position at the minute. With Michael Smith now looking like he got some sort of muscle strain, and it'll be 50-50 if he's okay for Monday. Patterson could be brought on a lot quicker than they wanted to. He hasn't got volume, as Darren Moore says, but he'll have to play up. Never a pen. That was the softest penalty I've ever seen. It was a really bad penalty. And I understand what the Oxford fans have said, the one where Wilkes was pulling him down, and he was pulling him down. I'll put all my hands up to that. When it came to that, Wilkes was properly pulling him down, but they didn't get it. And we've gone from having this situation where we've gone 23 unbeaten and looked decent. I won't say we looked incredible. We looked decent. We've been able to grind results out. And that's one of the things we had in that 23 streak, if we were able to grind results out. When we were missing key players such as Whitway, such as Hennigan, we were managing to ground those results out. And that's gone. That kind of ability to ground out. Like, we've gone from we're a team that can make so many chances. And I mean, so many chances. Yet, shots on target, they're miles away. Like, you could tell yesterday that we were looking at the whole shot from range, see if we could beat the keeper from there. And granted, we should have been peppering that keeper constantly because he had a flap in him. But every time we got it up, they had a way of sorting it. And it's very weird at the moment with everything that's going on with how we played since that Bolton game. Since that Bolton game, losing Windass and Byers before that game, it really properly grew with the players' heads. I think against Barnsley, we were going for it. I think that whole thing of going, right, the streak's ended, we'll have to start again. And since then, it's not really come back. That kind of play, like we've been playing well in terms of like keeping the ball, but then we're not doing enough with it. I think Marvin Johnson's gone off a cliff since they've been suspended. 13 people watching, 5 likes. I will also put in right now, this is a good time to say, I have memberships on the channel now. So for $4.99, you can become a channel member. And basically, I used to do something called trucking to the grounds. I used to play Euro Truck Simulator, still do. And we'd truck and talk about Wednesday. Now, that's going to be the way it's going to go forward. It's going behind the paywall. Mainly because the videos go out to different websites. And I don't want a trucking stream where I am talking about Wednesday, but playing a truck game, flooding their thing and people going, what the hell's this? So it's going to be that. It's $4.99 if you want to become a member. No, there's no thing for... I hope you're well. Answer your question, leave one if we keep playing like this. Yeah, definitely, Dean. I can agree with that. The 19 people in the chat and 7 likes. Also, super chats and super stickers are on. If you want to donate to the channel, everything goes back into the channel. I'm hoping I'm not sat here after the Derby game going, we're in playoffs and we're going to have to do that, because I kind of don't want to be doing that again. But if we get playoff, we get playoffs. But then we've got to go through that playoff situation again. We've got to put ourselves through all that heartache. Let's have a look. Let me look at the chat a minute. We look leggy and extremely short confidence. We struggle to recover from goals now. Definitely. Ref leveled it up because she got the previous one round. So incorrect. Yeah, also, on the referee, I just want to make this very, very clear. Some of the female in our fan base have been getting dogs abuse again. And yes, the referee was female, and some of the abuse she got for it was wrong. Let's just call it out of what it is for her being a ref. Referees all season have been naff, male and female, majority male, and they've been rubbish. The EFL refereeing across the 72 and the Premier League is poor. And you have to really sort that out, because you can't, as much as people are having a go about it, we want people to be able to still do the refereeing jobs. We want it to be a bit more diverse. You can't call it out for the merit of her being female. Bad refereeing's been all season long before she even refereed this game. Yes, this was her 14th game. A lot of League 1, League 2, they don't have many games before they go up and do a big game. It's very, very thing. So we have to just, on that point, be better. Be better. We're better than that. We're not going to be that kind of people. Evening, DJ. Hope you're well, mate. I really keep a boomed a lot. All right, Punk. I've answered that one. Oh, but 1, 2, 3. How are you? Are Derby going to screw us again? I really hope not. I really hope Derby don't screw us again, because that will annoy me. Because when I first saw the fixture list and saw Derby at the end, I was like, I really hope they're not going to be a situation that they're going to come back and bite us in the backside again. It really does. It really is going to be annoying that if it is. And I don't want that again, because it was just doing my head in. Just flicked on, but seriously, not bringing in players in Jan has ruined us. We're most at team in leave. We're bottling it. No pace, no creative trouble. Right, there's a couple of things to unbox there. Yes, we have no pace, apart from Wilkes. We are a very leggy team when it comes to pace, and we're an aging team. I think we're the second oldest team in the in League 1. So we could have done with bringing it. On the January transfer window, I know we had Ton Cannon, who went to Preston from Everton, ready to go. We had it ready to, pretty much nearly done, and Preston came in last minute and got him. We had the same in the summer when we had a deal lined up to go get Salford's Asante, and West Brom came and got him. Being in League 1 is so bad for us, because we get gazumped on players that are signed up and look like they're all ready to go, and then a championship club comes and takes them. You get either one of them or both of them, we look a different team and look a lot stronger. The fact that we only brought in Smith, Wilkes, and not someone else kind of annoyed me. And DJ just made a good point. Kyle Joseph was someone we looked at and missed out on. So it's one of those things that I understand the not bringing in any players in, and we did try, but I also understood what Darren Moore's thinking was, but I don't think he was expecting Windass to be injured. I don't think he was expecting Bayard to be injured. At that point, we did have Patterson. That's why we were looking at another striker, because we didn't think it was going to be that bad. The problem is, if the right kind of player doesn't come in or doesn't fit, you don't want to play upsetting the outcome. If anything, the one decision Darren Moore did wrong in the January transfer window was letting Mighton go back. Mighton right now as an option would be really good to use. Granted, it didn't work out when he was here, but having Mighton, because he was a season-long loan, keep him till the end of the season, that probably helps us with the idea of us having no pay while Windass is out. I would have loved that to be happen. I actually remember the trucking simulator. I really enjoyed it. I hope you go back to it. I am going to go back to it, Dean, but for the time being, it will be going behind the memberships. It'll be going behind the membership. And membership for the channel, it'll be $4.99 a month. And I'm going to try and schedule about two or three a month so we can get it going. Josie Stockett, please don't spam the chat too much, but let me have a read. I've seen two and they look identical, but I don't think they are. So apologies, that's on me. We look like a bunch of friends who've just gone off the park. Yep, it needs to get sorted out now. It needs to get sorted out now. There's something that's not right. I'm going to be helping out at Burton Street Summit. Can I just pin that for a minute, Joseph, because you're doing good work there. I'm going to be helping out at Burton Street Foundation Summer Fair with the Ashes of my friend. Hope Sheffield Wednesday get 3 points. I hope they do, mate. I hope you do well. We do need 3 points. Derby last game of the season, then again playoff. Yep, and you look at those people in playoff. Barnsley, who have our number, and Bolton, who already are looking good. So we have to be careful. My tonsils hurt. They're outside the golf balls. Also, hi, everyone. Hey, Worko. Worko got ill again. Worko decided to go out in public, and it's not done him the world of good at all. There are 17 viewers and 11 likes. Please get those likes up. And if you want to support the channel, there are memberships on the page. It's at the $4.99 level. It's about as much it will be to get, I don't know, a decent cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee, so I don't know. But it's enough to get a nice drink. And then we'll put the farming. Gonna do a farming stream. Gonna do a bit behind the membership. We're gonna have probably a FIFA tournament as well, because I'm bad at FIFA, but we might do something like that as well. So if you want to become a member, please do. For me, centre mid is a big problem position where we have 6 players in 3 positions. Yeah, centre mid. You were expecting Backinson and Delhi and who's the other one? I'm missing a centre mid. Adeniran looked okay, but I prefer Adeniran out wide. He looked better when he cutting in. I think James, when we played in there, looked okay. For me, Johnson just dropped off. I would have brought in someone else for Johnson as well in the January window, just as another attacking option. But that's where we're really getting hindered now, is that we don't have those attacking options. We don't have people who can run at a player and scare people. The person who did it on Friday was Wilkes. Wilkes did it perfectly. He was so good at it, ran at them, and he really struggled getting it. And some of the stuff he was doing, if people were just on his same wavelength, it would have paid off. So yeah, I like us to go for a donkey. Looks right handful. Yep, golf balls. I'm very good. Sheffield Wednesday simply got to get 3 points again. Atkins and Stanley afternoon at 3 p.m. Yeah, they got to. Just you got to go for it. It's a must. Atkins and Stanley also, I think they got a win at the weekend. And the problem is, you look at the teams we're going against now, they're all teams who are in relegation battles or scrapping for their lives. And they're all playing a certain way to get out of there. Yeah, they won 3-0 at Port Vale. If you look at the table now, Atkins and Stanley 38, Cambridge 36, Morecambe 34, Oxford 39. They will be scrapping for their lives. 100% scrapping for their lives. So we have to be very careful with what happens next. Why has my chat suddenly gone weird? Where's my chat? There it is. There's my chat. That's why it was doubling up. So yeah, let's have a look. Come on, come on, didn't Bet Smith or Win have to be injured if we have the work record. Our medical department need to get sorted. You're right, Enoch Owl. I think our medical department been poor since Carlos. I don't think it's been great. It needs to be stepped up a little bit. And the problem is, if you start not stepping up, you're really going to have issues. But like I'm going to say later on, once I've got through some of these, I can't see it to be, I think it'll be 2-1. Good shout. Sodding traveling, I think. Yeah, just don't travel. Just live in a bubble, worker. You'll be fine. You can breed. You can breed. You can stream in a bubble. It's fine. Atkinson will live in the lips. 4-4-2. I understand you're going 4-4-2, and I'd like that, but also it doesn't give us much scope in terms of what we're wanting to do. I get what you're saying. Going 4-4-2 probably would fix things, but at the same time, have we got the players right now to have that energy kind of thing for it? But I get what you're saying. Johnson left and Wilkes right, but then Emily Smith is injured. If Smith is injured, you're not going to play it. Patterson will be on the bench. He won't start Patterson straight away. He'll start him on the bench. That's the thing. If you get a fit Patterson, and the thing is, let's also bring into this. These games that we've had, the last couple of games, have been ideal for Callum Patterson. They have been tailor-made for Callum Patterson to do in that kind of doggy work you really want to do. And it's just not there. Thankfully, Pato is looking like he's coming back into fitness. But our fitness is something that needs to be looked at. The thing that I got with some of our fitness stuff this season is this. The thing that I got with some of our fitness stuff this season, a lot of what our fitness stuff hasn't been on the training ground, bar one. A lot of it been in game, which you contact, which you kind of understand. But we need to get better at getting those players back. And if we can't get better at getting those players back, that needs to be looked into. Voigt's annoying me constantly fouled. Maybe not a yellow for... Yeah, he was trying too hard yesterday. He was trying to step up and try too hard. And I understand that. And I think Voigt's is one of those players who plays a lot of his football on his sleeve. And sometimes it can go overboard a little bit. And we've got to work on that. We have to work on that with him. Because we don't want him giving up things. But it's like what someone said on Twitter yesterday. And they made a very good point. If Volks got sent off, you're down to 10 men and you bring either Deli Backinson or Dennerin in, does it feel like you're down to 10 men or anyway? It's a weird one because they haven't stepped up. Deli especially. It's interesting that Blackpool has now sacked, not sacked, but Mick McCarthy and Blackpool are part of ways. I have seen Darren Moore heavily linked with that. I can't see him going, to be fair. I can't see him going there because at the end of the day, it will be just doing what he did similar to when he was coming to us to try and keep him up. And I think they're long gone. Let's have a look. We've got 18 viewers and 13 likes. Can we get that up? If you want to support the channel, there are super chats and super thanks. And also, if you want to become a member of the channel, please do so. Let's have a look. Where was that? Hi guys, my son-in-law wants to ask a question. Why don't Sheffield Wednesday attract better players like other teams at Ipswich? Budget, mate. A lot of it will be Ipswich have spent a lot, and Chansiri very wary of not doing that again because he got burnt last time and it didn't work out. A lot of it budget, and a lot of it is they gone for it. Now, this is the thing. I think we should have gone for it a little bit in January, but the issue is sometimes going for it, and because Chansiri's done that before, I think he's very burnt and a bit wary of doing that. And that's an issue we have to sort out going forward. Because if they had gone for it again, they would have completely been in the mess. They would have been a complete mess. But because they've gone for it, and I think they've got a manager there that got a long-term vision for that club. And last season, they only barely just, when he came in, started to play well. So for them, it's also his first proper full transfer, full season. They're having what Darren Moore had last season, his first season, but doing really well. That's why it is. I think they're very scared of Chansiri going too much on the budget side in terms of being burnt again and it not working. I think that's something there. If we don't go up this time around, how long will it be? It could be a while, Bob, but you look at the other side, they were in it for a while. You look at Portsmouth, they're still in it. Sunderland only just got out of it the following season. There are clubs as our size who stay down here for a while, and it takes a while. You have to go on really good you have to go on really good players. You have to go on really good runs. And we had that run, but we couldn't sustain it, which is a shame. Let's have a look. If only good. It was only ever good. Yeah, Doug Wick was a perfect head science, and we lost him to Arsenal, and it's a shame. Wing, we do think about it. Bayer, Foltz, Bannon, Gregory Wilkes, even Flint. We brought in some really good-ish players, but at the same time, what Ipswich managed to do is they managed to bring in youthful players. We went for the experience. We haven't done a good blend of experience and youth, which they have. They got experience and youth, and that's something we have failed to do. We could have done with doing a bit of a mix of the two, and this is where we're at. This is where we're at now, sadly. So we have to just go with what it is. Just a quick warning, there's going to be, some people may get an ad in a minute because there's going to be an advert running. I thought I turned that off, but there will be an ad in the middle, so I do apologise for that. I don't think it's that. I don't think that's the answer you will accept, but hey ho. Barry, what else can I say? What else can I say? At the end of the day, Chansiri have spent lots of money in the past and got burnt. How? I'm not Chansiri. I'm not Darren Moore. I'm seeing this as what I think it is as a fan point of view. I think that's why I think he got burnt. I think Darren Moore is someone who works on a set kind of budget. If he don't accept it, I don't know what to say. Ipswich have got a good lot of money coming in, and Ipswich didn't. They spent a lot in the summer, but they also went to go for over the line. And when we saw them all coming in, it's only just started to turn a corner for Ipswich. Come end of January, middle of January, February time, it wasn't going good. So he managed to get those players to blend quickly. The other thing is, if you bring a lot of players in January, how fast do they actually blend in? So I get he might not accept it, but that's how I think. That's what I think it is. I think he's referring to New Blood. New Blood. Yeah, but the thing is, we brought in New Blood. The problem is we're bringing in experienced players, and I think now we need. I think what we do next year, we need to do a mixture of both. We're an aging squad. We are a really aging squad, and sometimes you need to have a mix of both, and we've not done that. We are an aging squad, and it needs to get done a little bit better. So it's what it is. The problem is, New Blood can only come in if we can attract them, and we've attracted them in the past. Like before I started the stream, Barry, I mentioned about us going for Tom Cannon, who went to Preston. We went for Asante at Stolford, who went to West Brom. There's a lot of players that we went for, and they went to championship clubs. Literally went to championship clubs instead of us. And there's not a lot we can do about that, sadly, if that's the case. I think to come top two, we've got to win the rest of our games. Infector at the moment is recording. Jesus Christ. At the moment of streaming this, I don't see a winning all our games because all the games are very similar to teams who we just played. They're going to get in our faces. They're going to make it difficult. And they're away. The one thing we had that we were really good at home and we used that home form. But now, whenever things go a bit wrong at home, you're getting that kind of toxicness and murmurs from the crowd, which is filtering onto the pitch. And that got to be something that we have to learn from, to be fair. Hair's looking good, mate, by the way. Thank you. Yes, thank you for all the people who's also commented about my hair last day or two. I thought it was time to bring the mohawk back. It will have colour in it eventually. But for right now, I'm just rocking this until I find another grey hair, which I've seen a load already. It's a sign of me getting old. Ipswich are good for the pop up both again, but they desperate to get out of this league. Yeah, Ipswich are the kind of team that they've gone for it, and I think put it this way: if we don't get out this season, I think Darren Moore, I'll probably lose his job. Someone will come in, and Chansiri will go for that bust approach next season because he needs to get out. I think he'll go for that bust approach next season and just go for it because we are a very, I keep saying it, we are an aging squad. And there's certain players in this squad who, some that you'll keep, but we need to look at a right back. We need to look at a left back. We need to look at some more midfielders. The back four, the defence, they're all late 20s, early 30s. We need to start bringing younger blood. Up front is massive. Like, Wilkes is your youngest forward. You've got Patterson, Smith, Windass. They're all coming to either they're in their early 30s or the late 20s. We need to start bringing in some people a lot younger. The fact that they got Broadhead from Sunderland, or was it Sunderland? No, Everton, sorry. Ipswich. And they only paid 1.5 million for him. That was it. And that's nothing for a player of that caliber in this league. It really isn't. Rhodes is another to make anyone think twice. Yeah, that's the thing. I think Rhodes is one of those ones where you look at what happened. I missed what your comment by. I think Blackpool are going to sign young manager from Manchester United from the lads team, 31-year-old. To be fair, I'm all up for the kind of thing because Ipswich has done it. Man United coach gone in and got it. I think some of these things, you look at Carrick doing wonders at Middlesbrough. There are ways of getting this to get sorted. I'm gonna Harpo. I'm gonna get to your comment in a minute because I have something about that which I think some people haven't actually realised with your comment that you just done. We looked tired yesterday, so could understand why more put youngsters on the bench like Shipton don't. The thing is, why put them on the bench if you're not going to play them, though? That's my thing. He didn't bring them on. Why put them on the bench? I'd rather Darren go, you know what? Let's bring Durant on and let's bring Shipton on and just play. Show, what have we got to lose right now? Literally, what have we got to lose? Take the gamble. They got to play. If they're on the bench, they're there for a reason. Let's see what happens. I know everyone is upset and frustrated, me too, but almost feels like glee from some people who have been against more often. Yeah, Harpo, I've had that all this weekend. I've been going through my comments and I've just been giving people medals, the emoji, because some of them, that's what they want. They just want the medal. Go, look, I was right. I told you it was rubbish. I told you it was useless. I'm actually seeing people who I haven't seen on my channel for the last 4 months when we were on that unbeaten run, who I haven't seen for that long, and then suddenly pop out the woodwork. I haven't seen them for ages, and now they're back. And they're welcome to come back and have their opinion, but at the same time, don't come at me with a, I told you so. Don't come into, I saw this coming or this was going to happen. At the end of the day, you're entitled to your opinion, and if you saw this coming, great, brilliant. But is it not the time where the phrase, we're all Wednesday, aren't we, should come more to the front foot than what happens normally? So yeah, it's something else going on behind the scenes to cause such a dramatic decline in form. I don't think it's something behind the scenes. I just think a mentality's shifted. And I know I've seen a couple of people turning around and saying that has something gone on behind the scenes that has shifted everything. Has something been said, or is where the entire morale gone? Because before that Bolton game, you didn't seem to have an issue. Then the last couple of games, it's all gone to thing. I think sometimes Barry Bannon can be as such. He wears his heart on his sleeve. And I think sometimes with yesterday, when Barry Bannon and Palmer got in each other's faces, I think that was those two being passionate. Bannon was annoyed at Palmer for giving the foul away, but Palmer, it is what it is and keep going. The fact that they had to be split up says a lot. You had it the other games as well where over Gregory pushing players around. I think there is something to it, but I also don't think there's something to it. I just think it's players who are massively frustrated with what's going on and they want to do this and get it right and nothing dropping for them. Right. So, Harpo, you made a really good point here. My opinion simply is that if he failed to get up to promoted, he goes. I think if he failed to get up promoted, he's getting sacked anyway. Personally, I do think that, as much as they've got a good relationship, Darren Moore had given him 2 seasons. There is a big issue on this, though, Harpo. And it's a big one that nobody has understood. Like, I mean, really understood the ramifications if Darren Moore goes. And it's a big ramification. And I'll get to it now. That 13 staff, right? If Darren Moore goes, you are losing Darren Moore, Jamie Smith, Simon Ireland, Andrea Basso, and you're probably losing probably one of the he's not a head of the analyst, who is he? What's his name? Head and Rob Lee. You are probably losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Now, managers will bring in their own people to, if I'll get on to that in a minute, Emily. I think I just made my point about that on the bust up. But you're losing 5 people. Then if you're losing those 5 people, right? If you lose those 5 people, you are left with academy staff to step in, which is Neil Thompson and Nicky Weaver. That is it. While we find another manager. Now, if we do it in January, in the summer, great. There's no game times, but Chansiri got to do it fast. He has to do it as soon as Darren Moore gone. The interview process needs to be done, and it needs to be quick. None of this messing about. None of this fanning about trying to go, oh, this was right. It needs to be done quick so that person can start for the summer. The issue is, if you lose those people, you're losing a lot of people who've already started to do stuff. Darren Moore might get 1 season if he's lucky, and that'll be because of the relationship he got with Darren Moore. That will be it. It will be it. But that's my issue. I very worry about us, how we bring managers in. We've only really got it right 3 times. And then the rest has not been great. More with what he's had transfer-wise, he's done damn wonders. Not everyone fits in and clicks, but the merger of the last 2 seasons has done really well. 24 unbeaten isn't for nothing. Exactly, DJ. DJ hit the point nail on the head. Blackpool upgraded on training to Thursday, 22 million. It's been signed off. Barry, I'm a bit confused about you bringing something up about Blackpool. That's very good for them, and I'm really happy for them. But when they don't have that situation where we can upgrade our training ground, we don't own the land, Middlewood, like thing. But to upgrade our training stuff, we're going to have to move. Seriously, because we can't build on it. It's council property. It's why all the training ground stuff is modular. It's why it can all be picked up and gone. So I understand it. Yeah, massive like bite. Please do. I much appreciate it. 28 people watching. 16 likes. And yeah, get it up. If you want to become a channel member, please do. I'll be doing the trucking behind it for $99 a month. Will get you the Punchchest 41 friends tier. That's the only tier I'm doing. And if you want to support the channel with super chats and super sticker, please do. I'd much appreciate it. It really does help the content. It helps it going forward. Let's have a look. Just how quickly confidence is drained is a lot, especially if players' mindsets have been worked on all season. Yeah, it's weird, Matt. It's very strange how it's suddenly just gone whoop. It's not something you want to see. It's like the old trombone thing, kind of thing. And it does feel like that at the minute. It will be interesting to see how it goes with that. Let's have a look. Yeah, but Emily, you were asking about the thoughts on the Palmer, Bannon and Bust-Up. I think Bannon's style of captaincy can sometimes be the angry, Scottish, shouty man. We saw that when we were in the championship, when Wildsmith made some mistakes against QPR. And he wears his heart on his sleeve. And I think 2 passionate players who have got the best for the club trying to get things going. And those 2 at times are the ones who are single-handedly trying to get us going at times with Volks. And I think sometimes it was just passion and frustration getting out as well. I forgot about Jimmy Shan. Thank you. Jimmy Shan will go as well. Jimmy Shan's actually not on here as a coach, which is interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Jimmy Shan would go as well, which is another one that would go. So you're talking 6 people who would go. And it's one of those things where it's got to be interesting. Let's have a look. Will you be streaming the playoffs if we don't get automatic, Jake? I will be doing the playoffs, yes. If we don't get automatic, I'll be doing something. I'll have to just have a quick discussion with Dex as well, because what's this? Makes sense. The issue is I don't know if Deck would do a live stream during them. We might have to see if we can split it between us, so like he tech 1, I tech 1, and go from there. Because he does the live streams as well, and I've only just started them. But I will be doing playoffs, yes. One of the playoffs I am. It depends on which day it is, DJ. If one of the it depends what day that playoff is. If I get the Friday game, I'm doing it because I can't do that Saturday. Because we don't know when the playoffs are going to be done. If it's on the Saturday, I think it is, I can't do it. But yeah, we can't be perfect 100% of the time. We're going to be hitting miss games, but tone fair from other teams are going for the injuries aren't helping, but that's unseen issue. Yeah, Martin, very much true. This is the problem. There's some very unseen issues that people forget. 28 people like bike as well. Thank you for that. The 30 people watching and 16 like, please get it up. Let's have a look. I saw one from there and it's gone. Where's it gone? They will have the feel that for managers. No, I don't think that, Barry. I don't think. If we could do that, that'd be good, to be fair, Harpo. I don't think we'll be putting feelers out for managers because we don't do that. Since Chansiri's been here, it's not something we've done. If that was the case, when we sacked Gary Monk, when Tony Pulis left, we would have had feelers out ready for that. And that took ages before we got Darren Moore in. It took absolutely ages. I don't think we do put feelers out for other managers. I think Chansiri's in the mindset of saying, you still got this and you can do this. Let's get this sorted. I don't, you notice Chansiri give managers sometimes more time than they should, but he does give them time. He's not one to suddenly go, that's that. You've got to remember, with this season, it's very hard for Chansiri, in one sense, to turn around and sack Darren Moore after the unbeaten record and the clean sheets. But if the remit is to get promoted. So if you've had that and you've done the record don't mean nothing unless you get the promotion. So we are not the kind of club to turn around and put feelers out for a manager when we've got a manager in place. We don't do that. We haven't done that since he's been here. We all went through, yeah, we are kind of thing. I don't think that's something Chansiri does. And Chansiri's been here a while now. And whenever we've had managers, it's always been, we've had application through when we sacked the manager, and we've never had it where we straight away got someone. I think Steve Bruce, right, when we got Steve Bruce in, we let Steve Bruce have a holiday before he came in and took the job. You look at when we got Gary Monk took a while to get that one. We had Lee Bullen in charge, and then Gary Monk got it during an international break. We're not a club that seems to do that well, going, we'll put feelers out, we'll get a manager in, done. 29 viewers and 17 likes. Please get those up, please. It really does help the channel a lot. A joint stream would be good. I'll have to have a work with Dex and find out what he can do what he's doing if he's not working. If he's working, I'll take one. If not, the other way around. Let's have a look here. Carl seems to be doing a good job in La Liga. He is doing a good job in La Liga. If Moore gets sacked, would love Carlos return for one more go? Yes and no. Yes and no. I would, but I wouldn't as well, because I think I'm not a big fan of managers coming back to clubs. I've never liked it. I've always said, once you've had your time, don't come back. Because if you've had a good relationship, like Carlos had, it can sometimes be spoiled, and it would be very hard to get him to come from a La Liga team to a League One challenge or kind of thing. I think it'll be very hard. Patterson return can make a huge difference if his physical playing character had been missed. Monday return, let's hope so. Mr. J, I really hope so. I really hope that he's back. It's much needed. We need to have someone doing. So it will be interesting to see what happens with everything. Yeah, we got to be careful with what happens next. Let's put it that way. I've heard a few fans wanting Dean Smith in. Dean Smith would make sense. X20 players sometimes cannot go right. Sometimes. Dean Smith for getting out of this league though would be good. He's done it before. He's a very good manager. Got a good range of contacts as well, which is something we always seem to have in our back pocket with some of the managers we've had recently. When you look at Steve Bruce, not going to count Tony Pulis, but Darren Moore, Gary Monk, all have had really good contacts. So I don't know, mate. I did tell him that there was a situation. Situation with Smith is that it's a muscle strain. So it's 50-50 for Monday. They'll see how it is. So basically, how I read muscle strains is the very simple fact of going, you pulled your muscle. We're going to see how it covers over the next day or two. If you don't have any reaction over the next day or two, you'll be in the squad. Put some weight on it. So we'll see what happens. But Smith just picked up a muscle strain. And if that's the case, you've got to go with it, really. That's all you can do if it's a muscle strain. And that seems to be the kind of injuries we keep getting this season. Muscle strains seem to be the massive thing that's causing a lot of issues. And for me, that unpopular opinion, Monk should have been given more time. I think Monk should have been given a little bit more time as well, to be fair. I thought Monk was okay. I was a bit shocked when he did get sacked. But also at the same time, when we got Tony Pulis in, we were sniffing around Darren Moore at Donny then. So it could have been a completely different story if you got him in then. He was also linked with the Barnsley job. So he wanted him. But at the time, the problem I got with the Darren Moore thing, I don't want Darren Moore to become known as the nearly man. He nearly did it. He nearly kept West Brom up. He had them in the playoffs and then he got sacked. Donny, he nearly had them up. Had them in like first or second. Then they had a really bad dip of form. Again, when they lose a key player. They lost Ben Whiteman to Preston. It went like that. It just went plummeted. It went down. Again, another situation where a player gone and we've not actually had someone there to replace him. Like when he was at Donny, he didn't have a person to come and actually use that fund to replace him. Here, he's not had a transfer window to go in and replace a Windass and Byers. If you knew Windass and Byers were going to be out for February, March, in January, he would have got another person for Byers and Windass probably. This is the problem is, McGuinness was a loss. He was a massive loss. To be fair, Cardiff could come down. Cardiff are not safe at the minute. Guy bet. I hate that the league, the good guy bet. It really dubbed my head in. Where is it? No, that's League One. Hillock. Hang on a moment. Guy bet. Championship. Where are they in the table? What did they do today? Actually, Cardiff are going to probably stay up now then, actually. Wow, changed at the bottom of the Championship. I haven't been keeping an eye on results today. Huddersfield are out of the relegation spot. I thought they were all but down. They're on the same points as QPR. The relegation spot's in the Championship. So if we're looking at player coming down, it's Wigan, Blackpool, Reading. Don't mind that, to be fair. A lot of teams there that got issues there. I don't think I could be a thing. Let's have a look here. I think Carlos, the best football we played was under Monk. Loved him or hating the fact that he had us in second at one point. Yeah, but the problem with Monk was that when he had that. You could say the same thing about Darren Moore now, though. Darren Moore football's not great, but he had us top of the table and he's let it go. You can say the same about Moore, though, kind of thing. It does. Moore has had us up there twice. Monk had us up there once, and then after that it dipped. Moore's had us up there twice, so it shows he can do it. But the problem is that the other thing I've got is, and DJ, you've got a good point here. Let's have a look. Just found a video on Twitter. Watched it last night. Am I reading on the Bannon Palmer? The Bannon seemed to blame Palmer for the foul, but Palmer didn't commit the foul. Yeah, I think that's the kind of thing. I think Palmer was getting done for the foul, and that's why he reacted like going, "It wasn't me, Baz. Give up." 28 people watching and 17 likes. Please get them up. Huddersfield beat Watford. Wow, that's a big result. It's interesting, DJ, on the bollocking in players. I do know he does do it, but you never hear about it. You never hear about Darren Moore having a go at him. He does have a go, but we never hear it. Yeah, Warnock not coming here. Not counting out. Darren Moore was a shortlist on the Blackpool job before they took on Appleton on. Yeah, the thing is, he'd been on the shortlist for a couple of jobs, and I don't think he'll be looking to go. He wants to get the job done here. The problem is, we need to start being. I don't know. We need to start just being aware of what might happen. Next. But we have to start. Sorry, I had to reply to a message because I thought I've replied and I hadn't. But as a club, we need to just start. We need to start literally not looking, because I don't want to, but if playoffs doesn't happen, you will start thinking. You will start thinking that Chansiri's surely got to be looking at a different person in mind, which I don't think is fair in one sense, but if the remit is to get promoted, which we know it is, and that's what it is. Let's have a look. We need more talk to into with putting about the bouncer, which seems to be a version of hairdryer treatment. Yeah, the bouncer theory makes a lot of sense. And let's be honest, he's built like a bouncer. Let's call it what it is. He's absolutely built like a bouncer. Like, one of the things that people don't know about Darren Moore was on the shortlist for the QPR job last season. Before they went and got things, he was on the QPR shortlist. And that, I thought he might have got that. Darren Moore's been on the shortlist for a lot of people recently. So it would be interesting. I think it was more the fact that Palmer fouled out of position. I don't think Bannon saw Palmer foul and thought he would run out of position. Yeah, it's that kind of thing. We won't get to Wembley. Let's have a bit of faith. The hell was that? Let's try and have a bit of faith. There's still game to play. I know I'm sounding like Darren Moore here. I'm not meaning to, but there are still games to play. Anything could happen. We've seen that this season. So let's just see what happens. There's not a lot of things. It's either second or nothing. I get it, but let's try and have a thing. No, it sounded like a child. It sounded like a kid. So I think someone just had a child gun, but I don't think it came on the mic. Kind of thing. Which is good. The reason why it came on the mic the other night was because I was using a different microphone. Let's have a look. I've not budgeted for a trip to Wembley. Don't when they know the cost of living crisis. Yeah. Let's have a look. Not a lot of car again. The interview Moore did was interesting. It was very interesting. It's either second or nothing. I believe you on that one, but we're just going to have to see what happens. So we went out to win the game. The thing is, we did go out to win the game, but also we haven't got the players at times to go out and win games. You know, like trying to like get the goal and get that kind of thing. It's all well and good having so many shots on target. It's so well and good having all the shots. But if you're having 21 shots and 5 of them are on target, what's the point? We need to bring in a shooting coach. because that's not good enough. Is DM too nice? Can he throw the cup at the wall? I don't think he is. I think behind the scenes, he's quite the we just don't see it in public then. All I want is fight back, and if it starts this Monday, maybe change the keeper. Come on Wednesday. Yeah, I will say something on the keeper situation. As much as I do like having Stockdale in net, we do play a lot faster out from the back when Dawson's doing it. I kind of understand why he's done it. He took him out the firing line for his confidence, but we are better with playing out from the back when Cameron Dawson is actually the one doing it. So it's easier. Let me have a look here. No cue for me. Palmer, you don't go pushing your club captain. I get that, Jeffrey. I understand that. But at the same time, there's a way of Bannon going to Palmer about it than the way Bannon actually went about it. I think we're all blowing it out of proportion. Everything after that will have probably been sorted, kind of thing. So we'll see. Adeniran has a dodo vise laughing at us players after the result. The laughing thing got taken out of bloody context. When Adeniran was laughing with his old manager, it was his old manager he was laughing with. I get people want to have this whole kind of thing of going. They're human. For God's sake, footballers are allowed to have a bit of a laugh. Even if it hasn't gone right, they're still allowed to have it. They are human after all. If someone says something funny, you don't just go stony face. It was his ex-manager he had the laugh with. It got taken a bit out of proportion. I agree with you about Fizz, though. Fizz doesn't look bothered. Fizz, for me, he can have a contract, he can't have a contract. I think, for me, Fizz had all the talk about a contract, and it just went to his head. And I think a lot of Fizz's stuff was agent talk, not Fizz himself. I think if you put a contract in Fizz start of the season like we wanted to, and he signs it, you probably get a Fizz who's playing a little bit better. All the best from Mark and a bit more listen. We still have a chance, but you've got that winning now. Yeah, no, I agree, Mark. We got that winning now. Bashir should never play for Wednesday again. Shipton. The thing is, I don't get why you take Shipton and Durant and put them on the bench and you don't bring them on. Surely you got to bring them on. If they're there, use them. Just use them. If they're there, use them. Yeah. Bring them on. Take someone like a Gregory on. Take a Rick and take Gregory off. Put Durant on. Put on Shipton in the middle with for Vokes or something. I don't get that one. I really don't understand that one. We'll be playing League One football next year. Never say never, but where we're going, you can see it, because I don't feeling that confident in playoffs, unless Josh Windass has a massive miracle between there and now. I kind of like to also just have a defining thing on Windass, but I think that's why he's not done it. Thoughts on Stockdale? I like Dawson back in, but when you see the shot against Stockford, I'm less annoyed with Stockdale than I was in terms of him pushing the ball out. Yeah, Stockdale good. I think the only thing for me Stockdale's had is that the 2 goals he conceded recently, the 2 big ones for me, were both pushed out. Now, Dawson got that Barnsley game and Forest Green game. Now, my issue with the Barnsley game, Dawson didn't have to come out of his box that quickly. He could have actually stayed and got a player in. And I think that what kind of thing he tried to do it then. So it's interesting. You know, just an hour. Jazz, just an hour. I won't be on for much longer, but it'll be on repeat if you want to watch it. I would criticize. We do need Dawson back, but I'm hoping Dawson's a case of his head's better. So I think that's why he was chucked out. I think it was more to just get him done it. Is Windass season over then? I don't think Windass season is over. I think Windass will still come in the next couple of games. It's just the way Darren talks about it. It's like he knows something, but he's not there, if that makes sense. He wants to tell us, but he don't want to put faith on it or push him. I think Windass is probably, if it in my head, I'll say it now, I think you probably get Windass back Bristol Rovers, Exeter City, Shrewsbury Town, and Derby. Latest you're getting back Exeter City if the injury's okay. That's when you get Windass back, I think. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. So we'll see. Let's have a look. Momentum is yeah. The thing is, if we can get a win on Monday and then keep that momentum going, we got a chance. But the last games we've seen, we've done all the chances, but we don't look like scoring apart from the odd goal. We need to be outscoring teams, kind of thing. And we've not done that, which is something that needs to get sorted. Football can change very fast Monday when it's a playoff, but we need to start winning. Yeah, we do need to start winning. Let's have a look. Brighton is a good example. Before they went up, they had top 2 seasons for them and went out the window and bottled the playoff. Yeah, very true. Dawson Lottie confidently started doing what he did before to exercise shot. He goes into his knee, this shot. Yep, I agree with that. Let's have a look. A lot of people joining late, but I will be. I'll go till. We'll go till 8. But it'll be an hour then. Let's have a look. They need to do something about refereeing the EFL. Definitely. If you actually look at some of the points we lost due to refereeing decisions, I'm thinking Plymouth. I'm thinking the one at the weekend. We've lost some big points on refereeing decisions this season, but a lot of people are. But the refereeing does need to get better. Barnsley will surely be up to giving Ipswich a game. Yeah, that's the thing, Andrew. I think that's the game that I think could completely change everything. I don't mean to sound sexy, but I don't think a male referee would have given the penalty against Oxford because player went over the Wednesday player who was on ground. Right, Michael, I've said this already and I'll say it again. The refereeing standard in the EFL is just bad in general and the Premier League. Let's just take her sex out of it, kind of thing. Take the sex out of it. We've had referees who didn't give a goal because we suddenly had VAR at Hillsborough against Plymouth because they looked at the screen. Refereeing is a joke. Yes, it was a bad one. And yes, I think she made up for the fact that she didn't give it for Denirin. It would never have penalty in a World of Sundays, but it got given. And the problem is we can't do anything about it now, sadly. It's over. Rotherham had a wobble this time last season, but Warren sorted it out. Yeah, they did. They did. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Big game. Bolton goal was deflected off Flint. Not much you could do there, in my opinion. True. Late joining, have we said we need Patterson back besides Fly? We don't have anyone to get stuck in. We had said Patterson needs to be back. There is talk that Patterson could be back come Monday on the bench. Darren has said he would like to have seen him get a bit more game time. But at the end of the day, there is talk Patterson could be back on Monday, which would be really good. Fundamentals are only the rest that denies us a win yesterday, so can do it. Yeah, true. Let's have a look. For me, I think Sel Windass in summer. Wonderful player, but too injury prone. The last 2 seasons, he's missed about 9 or 10 months. Interesting shout, that DJ. I get that. To be fair, we'd be able to do it because we had got an option to keep him on, so it'd be interesting there. Think he will want to go, would you? He might not. You're saying that, but he's actually done all right here. He's actually done okay. This is one of the best spells of football he's had, Windass. He might want to stay. You never know. Has anyone got any idea what happened to Smith? Not even go. Jeffrey, yes, I have an idea what happened to Smith. Darren Moore said after the game, he got a strain in training on Thursday. So it was 50, so they didn't want to risk it. It's 50-50 for the game on Monday. I think Byers is the biggest myth. Byers is the biggest myth, but Byers is also the player for me. If we do sign him to a longer contract, you also need to buy another Byers Part 2 kind of thing. Or Bannon Part 2. Because Byers, as much as he's good, misses a lot of football. That was my only concern when we got him in from Swansea. Is he never really had a full season of football where he's fully fit. And that seems to be something that happens. I will mention this actually, Jez. So Sheikh Cam won't be doing anything as late because he lost his mum before the Bolton game. His mum passed away. So he hasn't been really doing anything Wednesday related. He's not in that mindset to do it, which you can understand. If we could send some love to Sheikh Cam as well, because he's not doing vids at him and he lost his mum. He's not in the right headspace, which is understandable. He said he'll get back to doing content at some point, but give him faith and time to grieve, because losing a parent can be difficult and a loved one. So, like I said, go give Sheikh Cam some love for that, because he's not in the right headspace, and Sheikh Cam's a friend. Sheikh Cam's a really good friend. We have really good discussions, and I just hope everything's well with him and his family. So my thoughts to his family. Let me have a look. Have I missed one here? Regarding ref, Mr. Stonewall shouldn't have given, not because she's female, male would have done the same anyway, given another one happens. Yep, Ipswich are playing well, but will drop points. They've got tricky games up to take advantage. Yeah, Mr. J, but the problem is we had our chance to take advantage as well, and we didn't take it, but I know what you're saying. Who's going on Monday? I am coming for my birthday. Happy birthday, Arden Eagle, for Monday. Have a good birthday, mate. Barmy Army, 4-0 the masses. You see him comment on Twitter, yes, but no videos. I'll do it first. That, yeah. Check I made a Jack Cam does make good video. He's funny as well. He's really funny. And he's a really nice bloke to talk to as well. I've had a lot of time speaking to him. Positive fellow, keep the faith. Love Sheikh Cam's video. Yeah, it's actually nice to have someone else doing videos as well. The small group of us now that's starting to do these, which is nice. I have been going for an hour and 9 minutes now. So I'm going to go and watch the Masters and probably play the game because I fancy playing something. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. 34 viewers, 21 likes. It's been an absolute thing. And I joked it was Sheikh Cam's fault for not having the tactic download videos we was office. Yeah, he tactical analysis videos is good. I'm really impressed with him. I'm trying to do something similar, like when I do the green screen down kind of thing. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Right. Oh, yeah, before I go, preview tomorrow on Sunday. EFL show will... I can send the condolence to him for you, mate. Not a problem. EFL show on the football there on DAP 18 channel. We've missed 2 weeks. I've missed 3 weeks. So it'll be good to be back talking all things EFL. The video for the review on Monday will probably be late. I can't do my usual upload it as I want to as well, because I'm doing something after the game. So Monday video will be late. It may go up late Monday around about 8 or 9 o'clock, or it'll go up on Tuesday. Either way, it'll happen. Quick goal prediction for me. Monday, lose 2-1. Oh, 2-1. So yeah, get your quick predictions in. But then we will be calling this as in. If you want to leave any super chat, is available. Like I said, the trucking stream will be behind the membership wall. It will be behind the membership wall because I need to figure out some stuff, and I'm struggling how to get it so it doesn't clog up 2 footballing feeds channels. So I'll look into that. I might be able to do it in a playlist, I'll see. So yeah, but that will be behind the memberships. If you want to become a member of the channel, it's $4.99. That'll roll over, and I will be looking to do 2 to maybe 3 trucking streams a month, maybe a FIFA video, maybe a farming video, or whatever I fancy. We'll just talk football or have people join and do a call-in show as well, or something of that nature. and do it that way as well. So if you want to get access to that, please do. Super chats are on, and super stickers and super thanks if you want to donate to the channel. It all go back into the channel. But like I said, times are hard now, so do what you can and don't think it's necessary. If you want to, then great. If you don't, just keep watching as normal. But thank you for watching, everyone. I will see you in the next one on Sunday to do the preview. Have a good one. Let's get a win on bloody Monday, and let's see where we are come the end of the game and see how other people's games have gone. But yeah, have a good one, people. Have a good Saturday evening. Feels weird. I'm not used to streaming on Saturday. It feels so strange. I might do more of this as well if you want more of it. If you want more of this in the video format of this, let me know in the comment section below, because I will do more live streams like this if this is something people want to see more of as well. So thank you for watching, and I will see you